Welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can see, background is looking pretty bare. I don't have my YouTube setup already created yet, but we need some videos rolling out. I know y'all have been like, where you been at, Chizi? And I've just been trying to set up this place, but it's not really working. But either way, I'm back today and I wanted to film an updated makeup routine because a lot of you guys like my makeup and you're always asking how do I get it to look the way it does. So I was just gonna show you guys that today and we'll just kind of catch up, I guess. And yeah, pretty much to first start off, I always start off with my Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop. I love this sunscreen because it also acts as my makeup primer. It kind of just smooths my face out, gets my face ready for makeup. That's always the first step. Next step is foundation. Look at my foundation. Look at this. I have used this foundation up to the last drop, but this is literally like my favorite foundation. I wore this while I was in Nigeria, Ghana, like it held up. Maybelline Superstay is the plug, okay? I don't know how much is gonna come out of here, but let's see. Oh, we got something. God is so good. So I never put on too much foundation because I'm trying to do this thing now in life where I get my skin to make sense, you know, make enough sense so that I don't have to use as much foundation as I used to. So I'm just going in with my Real Techniques brush. I don't know which brush this is, and we're just gonna blend that baby out. Yes, we are. In terms of like life and everything that's going on, so as y'all may or may not know, I recently moved into my new apartment in New York City. If y'all don't know, I was always in New York, but I lived in the suburbs. So the commute to like Manhattan, Brooklyn, just like all of the poppin' boroughs was always just a lot for me, and it kind of just became a little too much. I felt like my quality of life was kind of suffering. Staying home allowed me luxuries that I'm able to kind of enjoy now. So because I stayed home for 2 years and I didn't have any bills to pay, well, 2.5 years, I was able to build up my credit. I was able to save up some more money and just like work more. So I would never regret staying home, and I'm glad that I stayed home as long as I did. If I could stay longer, I would have, but it just started to kind of like get to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, all right. By the way, I'm using Patricia Bright's makeup palette. A lot of you guys were like asking me like, why did you move? You know, you were in your parents' house. How did they take it? So I guess we can talk all about that today. But basically, by the way, I'm doing my eyebrows now. I'm going in with the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo. I just like brow pencils that look like this. Like this is the type of tip that I like for my brows. Yeah, so essentially, I mean, I already said I felt like my quality of life was kind of suffering living at home. And on top of that, just career stuff. I found that like, I wouldn't really go to events like that because, I mean, I did get invited to a lot of different events, and sometimes I would have every intention of going, and then, you know, I would just have to plan my days, hours, like way hours before an event was happening. Like if an event happened at 6, I'd literally have to start getting dressed around like 2 so that I had about an hour and a half, so till 3:30, and then I'd have to catch the 4 o'clock bus. And it was just like I was spending so much time traveling. I was just like, all right, we need to make this make sense, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I also think I'm at the stage where I think when you stay home a little too long, I mean, it depends, every person is different obviously, but for me personally, I started to feel like I was just regressing when it comes to growth as an individual, as an adult, even money management. Like there's just certain things I wasn't really practicing because I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any bills to pay, so what is there to budget? What am I budgeting? You know, those were kind of things I just kind of noticed, and I wasn't really happy with where I was in that. And I think I just started getting really comfortable at home, and I needed something to just kind of push me and give me a new challenge. So I think when you know, and I just knew that it was time to go and try something new. So I have no regrets. Funny enough, I mean, obviously you guys know I'm Nigerian. I got real Nigerian parents. And if you don't know, in the Nigerian like culture, girls or women aren't meant to leave, they're not meant to leave their father's house until you get married. I don't know if y'all know, but a girl ain't married, okay? It was definitely a thing. Hold on, I can never talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. Hold on. Yeah, so it was definitely a thing letting my parents know that I was moving out. I actually, and I don't advise this, I'm just kind of sharing my own personal story because this is what I had to do. I actually didn't, like I started looking for apartments and I actually signed my lease without telling them. Yeah, please don't try that at home because it could go left. It could definitely go left. I knew if I had told them, they would have talked me out of it, and it was kind of one of those things where I really had already made up my mind, and it was more so I was telling them out of courtesy, not really me asking. And you know, when I finally did break the news to them after I had signed my lease, yeah, my dad was like, excuse me. First he felt disrespected for me not even letting him know, which I understood that obviously, but I also had my reasonings as well. And then of course, you know, the Naija, the real Igbo popped out, and you know, I was getting calls from my uncles like, oh, you're not married, it doesn't make sense, you shouldn't go out there on your own. Even though I signed the lease, so one of my uncles was like, you know, I know you signed the lease, but like, you're not going. And I'm like, there comes a point when in your life where you have to just start making decisions for yourself. It was definitely a thing. Good thing for me was I had signed my lease in October, but the house wasn't available, or I wasn't even gonna move in until December, January. So I knew that there would be enough time for my parents to kind of get over it. They got over it. They always get over it. You know what I'm saying? That's how that happened, and yeah. All right, so next we're going in with concealer. I've been obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with, this is the CoverGirl, what's the name of it? CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This concealer is so good. I don't know what they put in the formula. It is lovely. This is a good color. So when it comes to concealer, like, you definitely don't want to go too light. I tend to mix my colors because I have this other lighter one here that I do under my brows, and I do sometimes put it on this darker one, so I think that's why this concealer is looking lighter than usual, because usually this is about my skin tone. Okay. But yeah, so basically I felt like I kind of just had to take my own life into my own hands, and I knew what I wanted. Also, side note, I am obsessed with like blending out my concealer now with brushes, like rather than beauty blenders. Beauty blenders are cute, don't get me wrong, they're lovely, or blending sponges, whatever you want to call them, they're great, but a lot of times I forget to wet them, or if they're old, they start like, sometimes it gives me a patchy blend, and I'm just like, I don't have time for this. So I find that like brushes work just as well too. And this is the Fenty foundation brush. Get into it, okay? But anyway, yeah, so in terms of how I broke the news to my parents that I was moving out. So basically, like y'all know, I signed my lease without telling them. Don't recommend. Okay, but I had my Afro brunch in New York, and they all came. My dad, my mom, my brothers came. So they were like really proud of me. They were on a high. They were like, oh my God, we didn't expect so many people to come. And I'm like, thanks, your daughter's doing something. Thank you. And the next day we were kind of just sitting in the living room, kind of just talking about everything. And I was like, ooh, this is the time to tell them, because right now they're real happy, they're real proud, right? So I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad if I let them know now. So we're in the living room, and I'm like, oh, guys, I have something to tell you. And they're like, oh, what? And I was like, before I tell you, you have to promise not to get upset. And they were like, what do you mean? You know, once you say that, they're like, whoa, what do you mean? I'm like, you have to promise. They were like, sure, no problem. Because they can't get that upset when they were just really happy for me, right? So then I was like, all right, cool. So then obviously now I'm getting nervous. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to tell them, let's see how this goes. Side note, I'm using the Black Radiance Color Perfect foundation stick to do my contour. Love this. Remember, you said you won't get upset. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm moving to New York City. And they were like, literally my dad was like, literally, you know, because I said you cannot not smile and you have to be happy. Like, oh, that's what I said. I didn't say you can't get upset. I said you must be happy. Like, I was like, you absolutely must be happy for me when I tell you this news. And that's the thing, that's the trick. You can't, don't say, don't get upset. Don't say you must be happy. Yeah, so of course he's smiling, trying to be happy, but he's just like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, yeah, I'm moving. Meanwhile, it was November and they were like, okay. My dad thought I was joking for 2 weeks after that. No, he thought I was joking up until I moved. Actually, that's what happened. He like never really like believed me. He thought I was playing a prank on him. And then after a while, he was just like, obviously, he was like, why would you move? Like, you know, you can save money living here, which I completely understand. And not even, a lot of people don't even have the opportunity to save money and live with their parents. So obviously that is a blessing, and a blessing that I fully recognized and took advantage of as much as I could. But at the end of the day, y'all know, my quality of life is most important. We only have a short life. We only have a short time in this world. What am I saving money for if I'm not going to use it and enjoy it? He was just like, yeah, I don't really see it. So I kind of just had to take like the next month or so to kind of just talk to them and make them understand my point of view and understand why I was, you know, moving. But after a while, they're fine, you know? If anything, now that I've moved, I appreciate them so much more now, because I'm just like, oh, it's so great. When it comes to contouring, you definitely want to slowly bring it closer to the middle, like bring it down and close to the middle so that there's no harsh lines. You want to blend out any harsh lines. You see that? First of all, contouring is easily my favorite step in makeup now. Like, I feel like it does so much for the face. So much. Okay, next is powder. So I've been using my travel size Laura Mercier. So since it's winter out here, I don't need to powder as much. So now I kind of just take a little brush, I dip it in, and instead of using a beauty blender and packing it on, I kind of just lightly tap under my eyes. Because, yeah, like I said, it's winter time, so I don't need as much like baking per se, because my makeup's not really going anywhere. There we go. I always do, oh, I know what I just forgot to do. Right under that contour to carve it out just a bit more. So here's a step that I tend to forget, and I literally just did. I like to powder contour as well before carving it out with my baking powder, but it's fine. So we're gonna go with the Fenty Mocha Mami. Okay, this is like a staple in my bronzing contouring routine. So I'm just gonna go over that area that I contoured. Also bring it down. Bring it in. Woo! There we are, baby. Ooh, I just feel like it makes such a difference. Like, what? It makes such a difference. I don't care what anyone says. Cool. Now that that's done, I'm not gonna do too much to my eyes because this is kind of just my everyday light makeup routine. So what I do, if I just want like a little definition in my eyes, I'll take either the Fenty bronzer, take a little bit of that, take a slightly darker brown, And I'll just put that in my crease. Oh, this is not the best brush, but whatever. I don't know where my other brush is, but yeah, that kind of makes a difference, and it looks like you kind of did something, but it really just took like 2 seconds. Sometimes you need that, you know? Effortless. It kind of just defines your eyes a little bit more without having to do too much, if you get what I'm saying. All right, now we're gonna go in with eyeliner. I love eyeliner. Like, eyeliner is a staple. I don't care what the makeup look is, I need eyeliner. So, ooh, I made this one thick. It wasn't supposed to be that thick, but whatever. Ooh, that actually looks really good. Yeah, baby. So you want to start with that wing and just give yourself a little wing, and then you're going to take the end of the wing and you're going to bring it towards your eye. There we go. They're not even, but it's fine. Next things next, I'm gonna put on these lashes real quick. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm so sorry. But basically, there are these lashes that I've been getting from the beauty supply store. And I wore them while I was in Nigeria, Ghana, when I was traveling, gallivanting around the world. And so many people kept asking me where they're from, and they're literally from the beauty supply store. Literally from the beauty supply store. So I'm going to try and find the link. I don't think I could find the link because I didn't know if it was online, but I do know the brand now. So I'm gonna link it down below for all y'all always asking about my lashes. So in terms of how I put on my lashes, so I actually like to use this glue. I put the glue on my actual lash line, and I found that this helps the lash stay on way longer. I don't know why, but it works. Gotta be careful. Don't want it to get into your eye. Yeah. And I just put it right on my lash line. And it literally takes like not up to even 30 seconds to dry. I don't know, for some reason it doesn't need that long to dry when it's not on the actual lash line. But yeah, and I just kind of pop my lashes on. All right, so I got my tweezers and I'm about to pop these bad boys on so I can be my true form, you know what I'm saying? You just pop it right onto where that glue is and then just push it in so that you know it's staying and secure. Push them up. You can also clamp your eyelashes with the falsies so that it looks like one lash. And there you have it. I love these. Like, I actually really love these lashes. They're like natural, but they're also like voluminous, but they don't take over my face. Boom. Okay. Now that my lashes are on, I'm gonna wipe away any excess powder, which there's not a lot of, because as y'all know, I just kind of lightly tapped powder around, but definitely right under that contour, I like to wipe it away, and then I also like to go a little into the contour so that there's no harsh lines. There we are. I'm gonna put some mascara on my bottom lash so that it just gives a little bit more of a dramatic look. And then I think what's remaining is my lipstick. Okay, so obviously I always do a signature lip. This is my baby right now. So basically this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is color 858, 70% Yum. I love this brown color specifically because it's dark enough and rich enough that it shows up on my skin. I do find that it does break apart after a few hours, so that's something to keep in mind if you do get it, because I don't want you to be like, Chizi, somebody got this lipstick, but now the tin is disintegrating on my face. It's gonna do that. Leave space in the middle for another color. I don't really have any of my colors that I normally use right now, but it's fine. Any like nude-ish pink, peach color works. This is kind of like a topper gloss, but it'll do the job. Like, it'll do the job. You could also use concealer. That works. That's cute. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. That actually looks really, really nice. Ah, who knew? Okay. Well. So I guess I can do a little bit of highlight and some blush. I love blush now more than I love highlight, funny enough. So let's start with some blush. So this is the Patricia Bright Makeup Revolution face palette. I actually really, really love these. Like, I don't know if I ever told you guys, I filmed a review for this line, but I never got around to editing it, but I use it all the time. So this is the darkest shade that she has. So it comes with a contour, a highlight, and a blush. I really like the blush. The contour is a little dark for me, so I usually use the other one that's one step above. But I do like this blush for sure. Like, I really like this brush. And I like that it comes with a mirror, so I can just like take this around with me. But yeah, so we're just gonna, sorry. Sorry, it's just, I haven't done my makeup in a few days, so. Okay, so we're just gonna put that, dust that on the cheeks really quickly. Yeah, I love a good rosy blush color that shows up on my skin tone. Like, Patricia hit the nail on the head with this one. Wow. Lastly, we are going to do small highlight. I'm not really obsessed with highlighting that much anymore, but for the culture, we'll do it. I put some right on the high points of that cheek, a little under my brow, and ooh, JK, I like highlighting again. Oh, there we go. I lied, sometimes you need some highlight, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we are. So if I find that I'm in a dry climate, I like to melt my makeup with the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Antioxidant Glow Water. So you can use this as skincare, but you can also use this for your makeup. Yeah, I like to melt my makeup first if I'm in like a hot climate, a dry area. It's just basically like a hydrating mist, but I find that it just kind of helps blend everything together. And then I'll go in with my makeup setting spray. So I'm using the NYX Matte Finish right now. I like it, it's cool, not complaining. Ooh, there we go. So we're just gonna put some mascara on the lower lash line so that we can define that a little bit. Sometimes I'll also go in with some eyeliner down there, but this is just my everyday makeup routine, so. And if you really want to get out there, wait for it to dry a little and then put a second coat so that it like really makes your lower lash line pop. And that, my friends, is my everyday updated makeup routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm about to do my hair in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it was really nice chatting with you all. I feel like we haven't got to do this in a little while, so it's nice to be back. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have links to all the products that I use in this video in the description box below, so definitely open that up and check that out. Let me know, guys, what other videos you'd like to see from me. I'm trying to ramp up the content this year, so let me know down below what you would like to see from me this year. And thank you guys so much for rocking with me for so long. And I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.